Amber has asked me to make an announcement with regards to some housekeeping. Please refrain from walking in the very center of this aisle because you will obstruct the video recording, if that's okay. I am Dr. Melora Berardo. I am serving as your election chair officer today. I have been on the board for 3 years and will be rotating off at the end of this month. This is an opportunity for our residents to hear our applicants for the Dominion HOA board. For those residents who cannot attend, there will be a recorded video, and this will be sent to the community via an email. The board consists of 9 volunteers from the community who meet monthly to discuss and guide our association. The annual election typically will have 3 open positions, which is the current situation. Being on the board is not easy, understanding there are roughly 1,700 homes with 6 robust committees that report to the board. So I welcome the applicants for stepping forward, and I applaud their willingness to accept this responsibility. A brief comment to the residents who are listening: please vote. Vote for those candidates who will stand up for you and your interests in this community. The board will have discourse with our residents through our committee structure, but the final decisions are left to the board. I would like to introduce our candidates this evening. 2 of them will not be in person, and they have created a short video. These videos will be presented at the end of the live presentations. We have 3 candidates here in person. I'm going to list our candidates in alphabetical order, and then we will proceed with the introduction of our first candidate. Adam Roblowski, who is not here today. Alexandra Guerin, who will be on video presentation. Al Philippus, who is here, he will be presenting live. BP Agrawal is not here in person. John Strebe will be by video presentation. Mahela Crossman, I understand, was caught in traffic. She's here, all right, very good. Sergio Martinez, Todd Warwick, and our last one, Mr. Willie Rogers, has withdrawn his candidacy, so he's no longer on the list. So we have a total of 8 candidates. So without much further ado, I will go ahead and introduce our first candidate, which is Mr. Sergio Martinez.
Hello, good afternoon. As Melora said, my name is Sergio Martinez. I live in Tamerboro Lane at the state. Married, 2 daughters, 13 and 15. So you can imagine what the life of, with 2 teenager daughters is at home. So from the professional side, management consultant for 20 plus years until 2020 when we decided to sell our company. And I embark now on a technology service firm for the past 2 years. Serving U.S. clients, all my developers are in Mexico, so we're taking care of, the near shore side. I think, the first question that we had is like, why we move it to the Dominion? For us, it was lifestyle and community. First of all, lifestyle, we were members of the club before living here. So we spend probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here playing golf, pickleball, having a nice dinner. And we decided to just move forward and just enjoy the full country club life. And community, many of our friends already live here. So a lot of the friends of my daughters live here. So we wanted just to be closer to them and just be part of the community. The other piece, it was, what things I believe that the HOA can improve in our community. I think that our community is good enough. I think there's things that we can do better, like, maintaining the landscaping or maintenance of the roads. But one of the things that I feel that we need to improve as the HOA is the communication between the HOA and the community. I think there are a lot of tough decisions that have been made by this HOA. that at the end of the day are the right decisions, but the factors behind those decisions have never been transparently communicated to the community, and it had caused some friction between us. So I feel that that's where I want to work with this HOA to really become more transparent and open those communication channels to make sure that everybody is heard, respected, and taken into account in those future decisions. The other piece was what unique attributes or capabilities do I bring to the table to help with the HOA? I had the opportunity and experience of living in 12 countries. I have been exposed to a multicultural environment that I think that now at the Dominion is really important. You know, I'm Mexican, I have a lot of neighbors that are Mexican or other ethnicities, and I feel that that background that I bring to the table is going to help to have a more inclusive and a more respectful HOA. The other one is, leadership. I have led those, technical teams, functional teams across different countries and different geographies, and I think that I can, expose that here and bring to the table that piece of leadership that I feel that we can take advantage of with that experience. The last piece, I think, is going to be, I have been part of a HOA board of directors in the past. I know, as Malora mentioned, it's not an easy job. It's not something that is going to be always 50% of the people that is going to be mad at you and 50% that is happy because of the decision that you are making. But that's the only way to make sure that the subdivision, our community, is moving in the right way, getting engaged, getting participation, and I'm here to do it. So thank you very much.
The next candidate is going to be Mr. Al Philippus.
Thank you, Melora. Well, good evening, everybody. As Melora said, my name is Al Philippus. I am currently serving on the board. I am serving a one-year term from a former board member who had been previously elected and had to step down for personal reasons. So it's been a real blessing and a joy for me to be able to serve on the current board. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a native of San Antonio, grew up here, was in the military for 4 years, spent 2 years in Vietnam. I'm married to Jeannie Philippus, who's with me tonight. We have 3 grown adult children. One's an attorney in New York, another with a development company in Kansas City, and our son moved out to Dallas about 3 months ago, and so now we're empty nesters, and we're having to make that adjustment. My wife's making it quite well. She got a new puppy, but that's a whole nother story here. After getting out of the military, I joined the San Antonio Police Department in 1975. Rose up through the ranks, having served in every single rank, and became chief of police in San Antonio in 1995. Part of my reason for wanting to be on the board is about coordination, communication, leadership, trust, and teamwork. In 1994, we had the city's highest crime rate. We were labeled the drive-by capital of the United States. We had gang violence. We had the highest homicide rate in our city's history. And through a combined effort of SAPD officers, district attorney, federal agencies, we formed different groups to be able to combat the crime. And did it work? After about a 3-year period, our crime rate went down 48%, and we began to claim the neighborhoods again. And that's attributable to the men and women of the department, the communities that they serve, working in collaboration with each other. So a lot was accomplished. In 2002, I decided to retire from the department. I went to work for Valero Energy, and I've been at Valero for about 22 years now. I serve as a vice president over there. I will retire next week on my second career. I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to the next challenge of my life as we begin to write those new chapters. As my responsibilities over there include worldwide security operations for Valero. I have several functions dealing with the aviation department. Commercial construction, I oversee all commercial construction for Valero, for warehouses, laboratories, control rooms, anything that is not industrial related. So why do I want to be on the board? Number one, I think My wife and I, Joe, like many of you, enjoy just the beauty and just the peace of mind, the friendship of people in this neighborhood. We have great security. A lot has been accomplished in the last year with a new security contract. We have a new landscaping contract, but more work still needs to be done. I think we all enjoy the quality of life that we enjoy here. I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say the Dominion is probably one of the safest, if not the safest community in San Antonio, and that's attributable to the staff who work very hard with the police officers in the community as well as the security officers. We have great landscaping. We have a lot of opportunities in the future. Some people would call them challenges. I call them opportunities. And I'm looking forward to that opportunity. So I'm really asking for your vote to continue to serve another 3-year term on the board of directors. It's, my life has been filled with being service-oriented. I think having served in the military and the police department as well as Valero, my focus and my concentration has always been on service. And so my purpose would be to continue to serve you, the residents of this Dominion. You know, we always call and say this is the premier homeowner association neighborhood in San Antonio, and I want to keep it that way. So I would appreciate your vote. Thank you very much.
Our next candidate is Mr. Todd Warwick.
Thank you, Laura. Todd Warwick is my name. I'm born and raised here in San Antonio. I only lived in the Dominion since about 2021, but I've been around this neighborhood my entire life. I went to Clark High School, graduated in 1994. Believe it or not, if y'all remember the professional tennis tournament that was here back in the 90s, I was one of the ball kids. I mean, I was in high school then. So I've been around this neighborhood for a long time. I've seen many of the great things about this neighborhood. My wife, Audra, we have 4 kids. One of them is at A&M, my son. My daughter will be at University of Kansas next year, and then I have 2 kids at TMI, a 10th grader and a 6th grader. As far as professionally, went to Texas A&M, St. Mary's Law School. I practiced law for about 15 years. About half of that time I had my own law firm, doing mostly all civil litigation. In 2017, had the opportunity to get out of law, and I did. I still practice a little bit of law, but mainly all I do now is real estate. I'm a real estate investor, and then I also am with the Jason Glass Group at Phyllis Browning. We do a lot of luxury real estate in this neighborhood. So I can tell you as far as why we moved to this neighborhood. Like I said, growing up, I was here all the time, always loved the neighborhood. I could just never afford to live here. But when I had the opportunity to move here a few years ago, we did. We're in the process of building a house right now also in Aragon, the Aragon section. And the reason why we're here is the location of the neighborhood, the security, the beautiful grounds, and the country club. And the country club, I've seen it change a lot in the 30 plus years that I've been around, and like some of you probably have as well. You know, lots of good things have been done to the country club, but still some things need to be done with maintenance and deferred maintenance. I think that's a big thing that the HOA, I don't know how involved they are now with the club, but I think it needs to be more involved with the country club to try and do what they can to make the club the best it can be. Because not only are those the reasons I moved here, but that's why other people move here too, is because of the security, the country club, and the beautiful aspects of the neighborhood. So that's about all I have to say. I'm not a man of many words, but I'd love to serve on the board. I think I have the legal background, the real estate background to really add a good perspective to the board. Thank you.
And our last candidate is Mahala Crossman.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahala Crossman, and I've been living here at the Dominion for the past 3 years in Andalusia. I would like to start off by thanking all of you for taking the time out of your busy day to be here, to be involved in our community for the betterment of it. I would also like to thank any current or former board or committee members for your service. The reason I decided to run was because I believe that at some point in time, we should all be of service to improve our community. I look forward, excuse me, to working with my fellow community members, and I would also like to involve neighbors that would like to help as to what we need to do together as a team to continue to make this neighborhood, the Dominion, regain its status as the premier community of all of San Antonio. What makes me believe that I have the ability to serve is that I have led and run multiple businesses, successful businesses, and I have led and run multiple teams of people, leading, teaching, understanding, and listening. And one of the greatest things that I've learned among many is that listening or giving more information to people, they will make better decisions. So as the HOA giving more information to our community members, I think that they will make better decisions. I do believe that our homeowners should be more aware of what the HOA is working on. I know that they can come to the meetings or watch live, but time is not always a luxury for our working homeowners. Therefore, I do believe that maybe if we do cliff notes of the meetings and either email them or post them on the homepage website, this will keep everyone more informed as to what is going on in the community. I would also like to have an open line of communication with Arcus to see if we can get creative, and offer the homeowners that are not members a special or limited membership, which will be great for Arcus, our partner, to gain more membership, which will bring in more funds to start fixing the many things that need TLC in the clubhouse. Even though we are separate, Arcus and the HOA, I believe we should work together to improve our clubhouse and the social events, which we all enjoy. And I've heard from the past that they were legendary. But lately, we have all noticed a change that is not complementary to our community. We all need to work together to bring back the Dominion that people expect and deserve. And just in case you're not aware of the amount of neighbors that are members, only 30% of the community are members. So I believe that number is very low, and it could be much higher. So I think that's something that we should tackle and start working on, because that does also bring in more funds to be able to maintain and improve our clubhouse, our golf course, our community, and overall our neighborhood. Again, my name is Mahaila Cressman, and I am asking you for your vote. Thank you.
So we will now have our two video presentations, Mr. Alexandra Guerin, and then John Strebe.
Dear neighbors, my name is Alexandra Guerin, and I'm excited to announce my candidacy for the HOA board and share my vision for the community's growth and development. With a background in marketing and a decade of living abroad with my husband, who served in the government, I bring a wealth of experience in communication, collaboration, and community engagement. These experiences have shaped my commitment to fostering a vibrant and inclusive neighborhood where every voice is heard and valued. I worked in administration positions for international schools in Italy, Poland, and Dubai. Watching different communities and cultures collide was an incredible experience and something I feel will help as we cultivate a relationship between our neighborhoods and inhabitants. One of my primary goals as a board member is to continue growing a robust community outreach program within the HOA, something a few of our wonderful members have nurtured into a growing entity. I believe that proactive engagement is key to building strong relationships and addressing the diverse needs of our residents. Through regular board meetings, surveys, and neighborhood forums, we can create channels for open dialogue and meaningful collaboration. I am committed to ensuring that every resident has the opportunity to participate in shaping the future of our community. Realistically, we as residents need to see the transparency within the board, and I hope to help make that a certainty. Additionally, I am passionate about leveraging our collective talents and resources to enforce positive change, whether it's organizing volunteer initiatives, coordinating social events, or facilitating workshops on topics of interest. I am dedicated to creating opportunities for residents to connect, learn, and grow together. Furthermore, I am deeply committed to advocating for the addition of parks and family-friendly environments into our community. As a mother of young children, I understand the importance and need for such a change within the community and a growing desire to implement kid-friendly spaces. Investing in green spaces not only enhances our quality of life, but also promotes physical and mental well-being for individuals and families alike, along with the incentive for a more visually appealing environment. I'm not giving you this speech to win over favors or to fill you with false pretenses. I genuinely want to help our community from within, and in the only way I feel will make an impact to our tenants. In summary, I am committed to serving our inhabitants with integrity, transparency, and a desire to make a difference. Together, I think we can build a neighborhood that we are once again proud to call the Dominion. Thanks again, Alexandra Guerin.
Good evening. I'm John Streety. I apologize for not being there this evening to meet with you in person, but I had a prior commitment in California. A little history. Linda and I joined the Dominion Country Club in 1991. We purchased property here in 1998 and bought our home in Dominion in 2000. We chose the Dominion as the premier gated community in San Antonio, with a reputation for exceptional security, strong enforcement of the homeowner covenants to protect property values, a terrific location, and of course, the Dominion Country Club and golf. I believe the board has made substantial progress recently in improving our security, enhancing our infrastructure, both internally and externally, improving our landscaping, enhancing in homeowner communications, as well as substantially improving our long-term financial stability. I'm hopeful that as a board member, I can help to maintain the momentum in these most critical areas, as well as continue to work to improve our relationship with the owners of the Dominion Country Club. My 40-year business career has been as a senior executive and chief executive officer of large high technology and healthcare organizations. I have experience in for-profit and not-for-profit boards. I'm currently a director with the San Antonio Museum of Science and Technology, a director for a homeowners association in Snowmass, Colorado. I'm an honorary commander at Joint Base San Antonio and an active member of the Development Committee for the Dominion Homeowners Association. I believe the experiences I've had in strategic planning, focus, management, team building, communications, and financial analysis can be beneficial to the homeowners in achieving our long-term and short-term objectives. A little bit about our family. Linda and I have 3 terrific married children, all living in Texas. We have 9 very handsome grandsons, no granddaughters, both Aggies and Longhorns, can you believe? And our family has enjoyed the many attributes, atmosphere, and amenities of the Dominion over the years. Linda and I enjoy travel. I enjoy golf. We enjoy spending time with our family and the many friends and acquaintances that we have made while living in Dominion. The Dominion has seen substantial growth and challenges over the years. I'm hopeful that as a board member, I could contribute to helping the Dominion retain its status as a very special place to live and raise a family. As such, I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates, for your presentations. Please stay, residents, so you can get to know the candidates and answer any questions that you may have about them. Just a few comments. Electronic voting will end April 11th. However, voting itself will end April 17th if you have a paper ballot. And that will be at our annual homeowners meeting, which I think is going to be held here. Remember to vote for 3 candidates. Some people have told me they only voted for 2 and they wanted to go back and vote for a 3rd, and you can't do that. Once you cast your ballot, that's it. So vote for 3 people, either by electronic voting or by paper ballot. If you want a paper ballot, you have to pick it up from the homeowners, or you can print it out from that link that was provided to you by your email. Thank you very much for your time today, and have a good evening.